Tensions have escalated between the Zelensky family and the American government following a notable incident involving the Ukrainian First Lady Elena Zelenskaya. We will tell you all about it, but before that, if you're a fan of non-corporate funded free news and analysis, you've landed on the right YouTube channel. We publish 3 videos a day, first at 9:15 a.m. EST, second at 1:30 p.m. EST, and the third at 5:30 p.m. EST. So if that's of interest to you, next time you decide to call a lady over, don't act too desperate. Okay, let's begin. Recently, Ukraine First Lady Elena Zelenskaya declined an invitation from the US to attend a ceremony at the White House. The invitation, extended by President Biden himself, was in connection with his State of the Union address, a significant event in American politics, underscoring the honor bestowed upon Zelenskaya with this gesture. Elena Zelenskaya cited a quote-unquote busy schedule as the reason for her inability to participate in the ceremony. This refusal is, of course, a slight that prompted various journalists to delve into potential underlying reasons beyond the official explanation. The situation was formally addressed on March 6th when Zelenskaya's office, in conjunction with the Ukrainian Embassy in Washington, confirmed her decision not to attend due to her commitments. The refusal of Ukraine's First Lady Elena Zelenskaya to attend President Biden's speech has surprised experts given the unusual nature of declining such a significant invitation from a key ally. Recent reports from the Washington Post, citing sources familiar with Kiev's perspective, shed light on the possible discomfort of Ukraine's First Lady Elena Zelenskaya regarding her invitation to a US event alongside Yulia Navalnaya, the widow of Russian ultra-nationalist dissident Alexei Navalny. Navalny, who recently died in a Russian prison, and his followers share a common disdain for the Russian government, along with Zelensky's administration. However, Navalny's Russian fascism has always been opposed by Kiev. The invitation to Yulia Navalnaya stirred discontent among Ukrainian officials given Alexei Navalny's support for Crimea's reintegration into the Russian Federation. Despite his opposition to Putin's regime, Navalny advocated for reclaiming historic Russian territories, positioning himself not as a liberal Democrat that the Western press wants you to believe, but rather as a proponent of ethnic supremacism and segregation. So Elena Zelenskaya's discomfort and subsequent refusal to attend a White House event alongside Yulia Navalnaya, the widow of Russian dissident Alexei Navalny, stems from deep-seated ideological differences. This divergence in ideology has soured the relationship between Ukrainian authorities and figures associated with Navalny. Zelensky and Navalny represent similar movements with opposing polarities. While Zelensky is a supporter of Ukrainian ultranationalism and neo-Nazism, Navalny was a Russian fascist. His opposition to Putin notwithstanding, he knew that in a country as deeply patriotic as Russia, being pro-West isn't good for political career. Hence, he adopted Russian fascism as his political position. Of course, Navalny hadn't foreseen the future, and hence he loudly celebrated Crimea's reintegration into the Russian Federation. Such is the delicate balance of trying to appease two radical groups, because the backing of one party inadvertently annoys other groups. Anyway, the situation hints at a brewing conflict of interest between the US and Ukraine. Recent developments suggest that the American government may be seeking to install a leader in Ukraine deemed more efficient than President Zelensky. Such a strategic pivot could explain the unease within Zelensky's camp and might be another or the main reason, who knows, in Elena Zelenskaya's decision to decline the invitation from President Biden. This act, far from being a simple snub, reflects deeper political maneuvering and the potential for shifts in the geopolitical landscape. Do you know Navalny was an MI6 trained mole whose political popularity was a hype created by Western media? Here is a video that explains who Navalny really was.